Hello, everyone. My name is Evan Wilson. I am currently the section manager of social media and new media for hospitality services here at Texas Tech University. This is the organization and department that I'm going to be presenting for today and campaigning for the rebrand of the Commuter dining plan. And without further ado, we're just going to kind of jump right in. So, this rebrand took place in the summer of 2024. Before that time, we had two separate dining plans for faculty and staff members, and then for commuter students. These plans functioned and were structured the exact same. It's a 15% discount across the board. And what we did was try to simplify that. We have one plan now. We wanted to consolidate our marketing efforts to try and broaden what campus dining is on campus and how we're perceived on campus. So basically, the desired outcome of this would be to increase dining plan holders on campus, specifically in the Mass Rider dining plan um, numbers. I took a quick survey over the fall of 2024 and just polling people on how often they ate on campus already. And as you can see from these numbers, we're really already we have a captured audience of people who are already eating on campus. Most of these survey takers, I will say, I think the number was 78% of these survey holder or the survey participants were not Mass Rider dining plan holders already. But you can see that the majority of these survey takers actually do dine with us already, with a very small portion saying that they never dine on campus. The desired outcome would be it for us to position ourselves as the primary food service provider for all Red Raiders. In order to do that, we have to increase plan members, and we also have to increase downloads for Transact Mobile, which feeds right into our theory of how our tactics are going to work with this campaign and the rebrand of the commuter dining plan. So our target audience for this would be, primary audience would be men and women aged 23 and up, any and all professional staff and faculty members at Texas Tech University. Our secondary audience would be men and women 20 plus. Again, those ages, it's a broad range. However, Texas Tech is a broad place. There's a lot of different people here on campus, and that secondary audience is covering any upper class student transfer or otherwise that's coming to class in person at Texas Tech University. In order to target these primary and secondary audiences a little bit more effectively, we'd be using a influencing market of high profile department social media accounts and influential personalities on campus. We'll dive into these in a little bit more detail in a couple of slides, but these would be our primary targets when speaking of this rebrand. So the theory that we're utilizing with these tactics would be gamification. Gamification can be defined, quote, as the art and science of turning your customers' everyday interactions into games that serve your business's purposes. That's from Zeikerman and Linder, and basically we want to take this use of Transact Mobile and the reward system that's already in place for our dining plan holders on campus and target Mass Rider dining plans. We can do that kind of back of house. We can target and have loyalty programs specifically for Mass Rider dining plan holders. We can implement different loyalty programs, punch cards, free food, discount codes. Again, we'll go into more detail in tactic number 3 specifically, but we want to utilize this theory in trying to gain loyalty, not just dine with us once, but repeat users, and hopefully that can compound over time. So visual and verbal methods for our campaign are going to be pretty straightforward and as simple as we can make it. Basically, we want there to be upfront 15% discount. 45% of survey results said that price was the main driving factor in whether or not they were going to eat on campus and whether or not they chose to eat on campus. And while it is true that our dining plans are created and our dining facilities and pricings are created for those first year students due to the necessity and the obligation to buy a dining plan when they're on campus, it doesn't mean that we can't add value to what we're selling on campus and to what we're serving on campus. And to do that, to create value, we want to create a community of Red Raiders eat here. Red Raiders eat together. and that we, a self-op department, we're not contractors. We are Red Raiders. Our department director started as a cook. Our marketing director was a student employee. Our retail manager was a student employee. They've all worked at, so we are and believe that we are Red Raiders feeding Red Raiders, and that's really the culture that we want to instill about campus dining. Visually, it's going to be, again, pretty straightforward. We want to keep things as simple as possible and as direct as possible. There's a few examples here of our closed circuit TV advertisements, our social media implementation, both through the timeline on Instagram and through stories and reels on Instagram and Facebook as well. The tone needs to be warm, needs to be innovative. We capture this by using our mobile ordering platform and our food lockers that are found on campus that allow you to pick up on the go and not have to wait in line. And then that community effect. Food is communal, right? Everyone has to eat, and no matter where you come from, no matter who you are, um, the one thing we all have in common is we can break bread together. And then lastly, that we're committed. We're committed to all Red Raiders, whether you're your first year student, you're here returning to finish your degree, if you've been working here for 30 years, or if this is your first year on campus, we want to serve you in a way that is satisfactory and that a way that you feel valued. Right? There's very few departments on campus that can say they impact students as much as hospitality services does. Every single graduate that goes across that stage and every single person who lives and works here every day comes in contact with us. So we want to stay and remain committed to these visual and verbal methods that are kind of already in place. Tactic number one is through social media. We have a few different strategies here with our Instagram and Facebook stories. We want to introduce the culinary side of our department that is oftentimes kind of looked past. Again, we run into this image of cafeteria quite a bit, when the reality is we have more than 10 different chefs on campus. We train chefs on campus. People start as part-time workers who go on to become certified culinarians and chefs on campus. And I don't know if that's necessarily a known factor of eating with us on campus, is that there's a culinary position that goes along with that. Our Instagram and timeline design, we want to be very specific about integrating both our faculty and staff members, our students, and our influencing market, all while showcasing food on campus. That's, again, at the end of the day, we can't forget what the primary reason for eating with us on campus is. The food's got to be good, right? So we want to showcase that in a very, very real way. Some examples of this on this slide would be showing Chef Salisa over at the Commons. Commuter students on the top left. We have Chris Cook here in the center that would be a spokesperson of sorts for our department as well. And then a big NIL get would be Jacob Rodriguez for the football team, showcasing our All You Care to Eat location where students, upper class students and faculty and staff members can eat for just over $10. I think the price ends up being $11.15 with tax, or after tax, excuse me. And you're just not going to find that price anywhere else in Lubbock for an all-you-care-to-eat meal that has a rotating menu that's culinary inspired. So again, showcasing all of these together in a very communal aspect to show that all Red Raiders are welcome, all Red Raiders eat together, and that it's not just a cafeteria, that we've got chefs preparing in the back, we've got international cuisine, we've got exactly what you're looking for already. Tactic number two comes from our closed circuit TV advertisements all over campus. So we would target high volume and influential departments and schools with closed circuit advertisements, either through trade or through paid advertisements. A few of these tactics with trade would be that as hospitality services, we have more than 200 closed circuit TV advertisement TVs ourselves. So we would be happy to trade with other departments and schools to get their messaging out if they can put our messaging up as well. And then we have no problem as a department paying for advertisements at different schools. Specifically, we want to target a few different very, very influential schools like the communications and media, the Media and Communications School, the Davis College of Agriculture, Rawls College of Business. the Department of Transition and Engagement specifically for their social media account, and the Texas Tech University Recreation Department specifically for their social media reach as well. And through partnerships, these schools and departments were chosen both for their traffic in being high volume and for partnerships that we've had in the past, and we feel like we can be successful with those schools and departments. So tactic number 3 would be using our loyalty and rewards program that is already in place at Texas Tech University through Transact Mobile. So using our mobile ordering platform, we can target Mass Rider dining plan holders specifically with rewards that are built for them. We can do this through punch cards. So the old school method of, you used to have a paper card that you would bring in and you'd get a punch for every sandwich that you order. It's the same idea on our app. If you will eat at our all you care to eat locations at the Fresh Plate, if you are a Mass Rider dining plan holder, if you have 10 meals with us, the 11th is free. Basically, what we want to do is add value to what they're already doing. They're already eating with us. We want to showcase our appreciation for that by giving a free meal. So if you'll check in with us, those 10 times, the 11th one is free. We have specific discount codes that we can target towards Mass Rider plan holders. These can be holiday themed or welcome back to Texas Tech, a semester opener, specific special event discount codes like our Smash Burger event that happens at the market twice a year. And then specific concepts like if we're trying to get faculty and staff members and students on campus to know about our Mediterranean line at the Commons. Using that title of that line to kind of spread awareness. If you will go and try this place once, you can have $3, $4 off of your meal. Different ways to utilize this rewards and loyalty program would be meet and greets with different celebrities that we've brought on campus. We're in the 6th year of our what's called our culinary series, where we bring a chef or high profile cook on campus, and they do a cooking demonstration, and they have a specific menu that they bring. Specifically, Jet Tila is the example that I'm using right now. Spoiler alert, he's coming this spring to Texas Tech. So we could have specific meet and greets for our Mass Rider plan holders. If you're using your contests and your points, you could win a meet and greet specifically, or a custom made meal from Jet Tila. Or Duke, the Bush's Bean mascot, he's coming again. Spoiler, he's coming to campus this spring. We could have specific meet and greets with Bush's baked beans, specific merchandise. All of these things kind of culminate into making our Mass Rider plan holders feel special and appreciated on campus. The time frame for this is pretty straightforward. We want to start in the spring, right when school starts up for the spring semester of 24. We want to carry this on through fall 2025 move-in and kind of see where our metrics are and reevaluate where we need to be and what key KPIs that we've met along the way and the success that's going to come with this campaign. So key performance indicators for this campaign would be to increase brand awareness campus-wide, to increase upper-level student plan holders by 10%. Right now, our upper-level student plan holders sits at around 10,000 dining plan holders. Again, we want to increase that. We want to show semester over semester increases of 5%, and we don't want to have any lulls in graduation rates or anything like that. We want to keep people coming back, and that's that loyalty feature showing up again. We want to increase planned purchases among professional staff by 10%, which is right now is at an abysmal, I think maybe 300 dining plan holders, and we want to really, really kind of continue that growth and continue that that spread, that awareness of among our professional staff. Increase app downloads by 25%. This one is a little bit tricky because it's hard enough to get people to have the app on their phone. So that's why I'm including it. However, that is going to be the highest of all of our key KPIs as far as numbers are concerned. That's something that is increased semester over semester. So what we want to do is continue that growth, but maybe tick it up just a little bit. And then the ramification of that is to increase the app's daily active users by 10%, because that's really where we're seeing that people can find the most value for their money, for their time, and dining with us here at Texas Tech. So this is my campaign of the Mass Rider Dining Plan, and I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. Recom Tech.